What's going on? I'm Ian, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a quick recap of my day trading today. Now it is August 5th and I just wrapped up my day. It's actually 4 p.m., 4:20 p.m. and usually I stop trading around the afternoon, 1 or 12 or 1, but today, it was just one of those days I had to keep going. It was on and off throughout the whole day. But yeah, let me go ahead and jump into what I traded, my profit, overall market analysis, and where I think the market is going, and what I was thinking in my head today, which led to me not taking as much risk on as I normally do. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So now you can see my screen, and you can see here, this is the SPY, the 1 minute chart on the SPY, which is the S&P 500 if you're not sure. And this dotted line right here shows the day. So all this was today, and all that was yesterday. This right here is the 5 minute chart, so all that was yesterday, all that was today. This is the RSI. Okay, so let me show you what I did today. Today was a day of trading Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Shopify, SPXL, and UVXY. Now, as you can see over here in the profit area, made $28 on Apple, $14 on Facebook, $42 on Microsoft, negative $1.50 on Shopify, $91 on SPXL, and negative $22 on UVXY, which is me trying to short the market. In the morning, I was trying to short the market because I thought that we were going to get a little bit of, well, let me show you the chart and show you what I'm talking about. So let's go back over to the chart section. Okay. Now, it started with a big old gap up, way big of a gap up. I did not expect this kind of a gap up, especially with the end of day close that we had yesterday. Look at that. It just ramps up end of day from the depths of the lows all the way up to the highs. It ramped up and then it gapped up today. And usually when it gaps up, you get a little bit of an attempt to fill the gap. It tries to go back down and fill the gap. So that's why I was getting short. It was a massive gap up. I mean, that's a pretty big gap right there. So I was buying some UVXY, just trying to make a couple bucks. It didn't work out, cut my losses. And when I saw that, basically, here's the morning. When I saw that the market, there we go, now here's the morning, just pushed up right out the gate. It just kept on pushing up, pull back. It regained this trend line. This trend line goes way back. If I show you the daily, this trend line is basically all the way back from the lows, the March lows. Let me show you a bigger daily. This is the low, okay? Then we had that big pullback end of June, right? And then we basically broke below it, and we've been trying to catch up with it and trying to regain on top of the trend line, but we're still following that trend, which is just crazy to me that we are up at these levels. And that's why I'm lowering my risk, because this kind of price action is nerve-wracking to me. Like, we are at the top, okay? The risk versus reward is just not so great, okay? The upside reward is pretty small versus the downside risk, especially on a gap up like this. I really thought that we were going to come back down and test this area right here where we broke out from today. So I was nervous buying it into these kind of dips. This massive dip right here I got long. This massive end of day dip I was getting long. And it was nerve-wracking because usually I get to like 2,000 shares and I got way smaller than that. Today I was like, because I thought at any second it could just completely wash out, I was keeping size to like under 1,000 shares. So in the morning, if I just show you the morning action, I was like down 20 bucks. At the end of the morning, around noon time, when I was pretty much done trading, I was down like 20 bucks, and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm going to go back to my real job, which my real job is running a marketing agency. And so went to working on my marketing agency and just kind of looking at the market throughout the day. Well, then I see that here around 12:30, the market starts to tank down, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. So the setups that I normally trade is market at the lower VWAP band and RSI at the lower band as well, and preferably if the RSI can turn blue, that means that it's under 30% RSI, and that is a buy all day. So I bought a little bit. I didn't buy that much because, again, I was nervous that it would come down lower and just completely go under the lows and then just wash out. So I'm just trying not to bet too big and take on too much risk when I think that we have a lot of downside risk. I mean, we got a lot. I mean, look at that. If it would have came under the lows today, which I guess it did at the end of the day, but I just was scared that it would just completely tank out and then it would be a severe loss for me. So whatever, I'll take my $150 profit. My daily goal is normally $500, but yeah, today wasn't the greatest day, but hey, whatever. I mean, I still made money. Anyway, so the day went on and it was just basically bouncing up and down on this middle band VWAP all day long. And you know, right here near, what is that, like 3 o'clock-ish, it came down, broke below the VWAP. I actually did a quick dip buy, and then it popped back up, and I think I sold it like right here on that little baby candle right here. I sold it right there. It was a small size. Again, I wasn't trying to do it, because again, look at the RSI. Turned blue. That's my setup. So I thought I was done for the day. At that point, I think I was up like 65 bucks. So it was going to be a small day. I wasn't even going to make a video because a $65 profit day, I mean, what can you gain from that in value? Anyway, I saw here at the end of the day, I knew something was going to happen because we've been having some crazy end of the day volume lately. And especially with yesterday, I mean, look at this. The ramp into the close yesterday was real. So it tanks out, and I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a tank into the close. Nope, completely reverses and goes all the way up to the highs. Man, we are in some crazy times. The entire market is doing this. Like, you would expect this kind of volatility from a stock, not the index S&P 500. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but like, I just wouldn't expect this kind of intraday swing with over the period of 10 minutes. Crazy. So anyway, near the end of the day, I got long, and was pretty much buying this dip right here. It popped back up. I thought it was going to go higher, so I kept holding. I think I was at like 800 shares. Came back down. Maybe I was at 600 shares. Came back down below the lower band. RSI turned blue. So I'm like, okay, it is a good buy. So I bought a couple more. I think I was at 800 shares. It then pops up, and I sell into this massive push up. Made, I don't know, made like 100 bucks, you know, 90 bucks, whatever, on this push up, and I was done for the day at $150. But I mean, basically what I am thinking with this kind of, here, let's go over to a longer term chart right here. This is an hour chart over the past 10 days. This is the daily chart. I mean, look at these gaps. Like, it has been like, we just finished the 6th day in a row, green day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like, we're due for a pullback. We need a pullback. I thought today was going to be the pullback. That's again why I thought that it was going to gap up and then just completely be a gapping crap, you know, just fall all the way back down to this level right here. So I was waiting for that. I was going to load in, buy the big old dip, and then sell the rip. But we are not getting a pullback, which makes me even more nervous that, like, dude, what is going on right now with the market? Like, it's definitely on a mission to hit that high. I always like to think of it like ringing the bell. It wants to climb up to the very, very top, ring that bell, and then what? Well, I think once it rings this bell of 339, I mean, you would think that the market is going to have a big old washout, but we're going to see, man. It is definitely overdue for a wash. I mean, look at that thing. It needs to pull back. I mean, when it does pull back, I'll probably be looking for it to pull back to the 320s. Maybe. I mean, it's hard to predict this thing. I watch so many YouTube videos of people trying to, you know, analyze the market, and everybody's wrong because nobody expects this kind of craziness to happen. So if we do see a pullback from 339, I mean, it could come down to the 320s, it could come down to the teens, the 3 teens, or it could come all the way down to the 300s. It just really depends on the Fed and how much they want to keep on supporting, what they call supporting the market. But this is craziness, and what it is leading me to do is just be way more conservative on my dip buys, because, you know, I hate trying to buy a dip and it just, you know, catching a fallen knife, right? It just falls right through my hand. My hand's all bleeding, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have waited to buy at these lower prices. So it's just making me really more conservative, which is fine, I guess. Smaller profits, smaller risk. I guess I'm cool with that. We'll see tomorrow, August 6th. I'm really hoping for a pullback so that I can buy into a severe dip. But these gaps are crazy, man. I mean, these gaps are going to get filled. Look at this thing. Gap there, gap there. It's going to be quite a roller coaster ride on the way down. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Click the thumbs up button below, turn it blue, And I'll catch you in tomorrow's price action if I make over $100. I mean, I figure if I make like $40, or if I lose money, obviously I'll make a video with losing money, but this market is crazy, dude. Just crazy. Anyway, highly recommend the VWAP, upper and lower bands, make sure those are showing, and then the RSI is money. Okay, I'll catch you next one.